Hey everyone, we are here to have a little more fun with a flower. I just used the last of my Let's Resin, Fast Cure Resin, and I only had 6 ounces left. So I said, let's do a small mold and let's do just something fun like a flower. So I have 4 cups. I divided the 6 ounces of Fast Cure Let's Resin into these cups. It is a 1-to-1 resin, super easy to use, low bubbles. Sorry, I had to move my chair in. All right, so let's get started. I have Octopus Fluids Resin Ink Tangerine. It's going to be one of my colors, and I'm going to use 10 drops. Give it a good mix. I'm not letting the resin warm up because the viscosity is already high in this resin and I don't want it any thicker. So I am going to move rather quickly so that it doesn't warm up and get even thicker. All right, let's see what that looks like. All right, next is one of my new colors. It is Octopus Fluids Resin Ink Grape Juice. And I'm going to use 8 drops of this. Make sure you mix them in good. You don't want strings. I was just working on another project and I had to scrape the cup because I needed a little more resin. And when I scraped it, I had ink that wasn't mixed in. I thought, oh, here I am always saying, mix it good, mix it good. And I didn't mix it good. All right. Next, for my mica powder that I'm using today, I am using Let's Resin Chameleon Powder Plum. And I'm just going to use a bit of it on the end of my stick. And remember to push it down before you start really stirring so that it doesn't all fly back out of your cup. And mica powder, yes, super important to stir it in because you don't want powder clumps. Luckily, Let's Resin has really great mica powders, and I generally don't have that problem with their mica powders. But there are some that are a little bit more powdery that do tend to clump. All right, and last but not least is our white, and I am using Let's Resin Ocean White, which you'll see me use a lot. I'm going to drop, I think, about a pea-sized drop in here. I have been putting my bottle upside down, and I didn't this time. Hopefully it'll come out relatively quick. All right, there we go. It did. Good. And give it a good mix, just like your colors. Make sure it's mixed in well. See how it's looking? Looks pretty good. All right, and you see that I am using a holographic mold. I can't remember who I got this from, but maybe I got it off of Etsy, but I don't recall. All right, so first we're going to do our colors. And I'm not going to do anything special with these. Sometimes I pour them in a certain way, but I really found that you don't really need to. So we're just going to pour. I am going to do around the edge first, but I am filling the bottom of this mold with this color. But I'm just getting it up onto the little quartz crystal-y type things. and then our next color. I'm just going to pour that in the center. My torch is almost out of flame, but let's see if we can get a little something. I'm gonna have to fill it up with butane because it's just not working anymore. That's okay. All right, so now we're gonna do our mica powder. All right, so I'm just gonna take the mica powder around the edge. And just keep circling. All right. And last but not least, we are doing our white. And I am going to start this sort of in the middle. I don't know how well you can see, but the mica powder spread about that deep from the sides. So I'm just going to pour this around there. I don't have a super steady hand, but it works. And when I get to just a tiny bit left, I'm going to go in and just do a little spiral work. Oops, I dropped a little there off to the side. I usually try to be more cautious, but I didn't do it. I'm not going to be able to lift it up out of there, but we'll just let it go and see how it works out. You never know what will happen. Since my torch isn't working, I got my heat gun. I'm going to warm it up just a little first. All right, well, that's it. And then we're just going to wait. We're going to let it do its thing, and we're going to come back. I'm going to put butane in my torch. But I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, let's see how this came out. I did forget, and I'm looking for it now to find what I did with the jar, but I ended up, oh, there it is. I forgot to put the center in when we were talking, so I went ahead and did it. I just did multicolored crushed glass bits, and I'm hoping it looks okay. I turned the video off too fast. Oh, wow. Look at that. The center's like a different color. And the holographic mold, you know, sometimes I'm not a huge fan of them, but this one actually looks really cool. Let me see if I can get it a little closer without the light shining on it too much. It's got super long petals. The powder, the mica powder just looks gorgeous. And then the center is like kind of a beige, and it makes the crushed glass stand out. Very cool.